Nasdaq.com News and Insights. What tokenization is and how it can unlock illiquid and opaque markets. March 6, 2023. The next generation for markets, the next generation for securities, will be tokenization of securities, said Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with $10 trillion assets under management, at a December 2022 New York Times Jailbook event. BlackRock is not the only permanent financial institution that has expressed this sentiment about tokenization. JP Morgan has also promoted the benefits of tokenization as one of its white papers, saying that tokenization could potentially enable financial service to be delivered in a more open manner. JP Morgan not only writes about it, but also, and most importantly, has been experimenting with blockchain technology and tokenization for several years. One of its largest experiments was in November 2022. Facilitated by the Monetary Authority of the Singapore, Project Guardian, which was established as a part of a pilot program to explore potential decentralized finance applications in wholesale funding markets. JP Morgan successfully executed its first ever cross-border transaction using a decentralized finance, DeFi, on a public blockchain. The trade was executed on Ethereum Layer 2 network Polygon using a modified version of the AVE protocol's smart contract code. The live cross-currency transaction involved a tokenized Singapore dollar and Japanese yen deposits, along with a simulated exercise of buying and selling tokenized government bonds. The tokenized Singapore dollar deposits were the first issuance of tokenized deposit by a bank. In addition, JP Morgan developed JPM Coin, a version of United States dollar stablecoin. JPM Coin is currently in its prototype stage and is being trialed and tested for money transfer across JP Morgan's institutional customers. JPM Coin may be launched in other currencies should the dollar prototype prove successful. Why are these leading financial institutions so excited about the potential of tokenization? What are the benefits that tokenization could bring to financial and economic markets? And how could it shape the way financial markets operate on a global scale? Before we dive into the benefits of tokenization, let's first understand what tokenization is. What is tokenization? Simply put, in the financial context, tokenization of assets refers to the process of issuing a digital token that runs on a blockchain. What is tokenization? Simply put, in the financial context, tokenization of assets refers to the process of issuing a digital token that runs on a blockchain. This token is digital representation of an asset, tangible or intangible, and its value is based on the value of the assets it represents, like the process of traditional securitization, but with a digital twist. Tangible assets could be real estate, stocks, or artwork, which could be tokenized. Similarly, intangible assets could be voting rights, loyalty points of patents, avios, the global currency of travel, which turns everyday spending into travel, and leisure rewards for almost 8 million customers around the world, is an example of tokenized loyalty points. IPW, an IP transaction platform, is an example of tokenized intellectual property and specifically patents. So why bother with tokenizing anything? How does this make sense for institutions like JP Morgan? The benefits of tokenization: liquidity. Among the highest reasons to tokenize assets is liquidity. Increased liquidity comes from several features, removing the liquidity premium associated with liquid assets, fractionalization, and globalization. This liquidity premium is often associated with liquid assets, such as real estate or fine art, which can be harder to transact given the scarcity, or tricky to handle and transport. NFT, which is then the NFT can be tokenized as a fungible token to provide liquidity and fractionalized ownership. Introducing illiquidity, therefore, helps to introduce fair price. For example, real estate is one of the most liquid asset classes. Illiquid asset classes. When a property is worth a few $1 million, buying and selling the property can take a long time, just because there are only so many people who can afford such a property. Now imagine that a $1 million home is tokenized, issuing 1 million tokens. Well, each token represents partnership ownership, a property ownership. When these tokens are available for purchase in the market, anyone can participate based on how much they can afford. In this particular example, it'd be as little as $1. In fact, it could even be much less than $1, since each token is infinitely fractionalized. Bitcoin is fractionalized, and you can purchase a fraction of Bitcoin. Fractionalization. All of this is to say that fractionalization naturally increases the ease with which illiquid assets can be bought and sold. Investopedia.com. Illiquid assets overview, risk and example. Illiquid assets. 비유동 자산. What is illiquid? Illiquid refers to the state of stock, bond, or other assets that cannot easily and readily be sold or exchanged for cash without a substantial loss in value. Illiquid assets may be hard to sell quickly because there is low trading activity or interest in the issue, indicated by a lack of ready and willing investors or speculators to purchase or sell the asset. As a result, illiquid assets tend to have lower trading volume, wider bid-ask spreads, and greater price volatility. 파파고에서 번역을 해보면 유동성이 부족한 상태는 주식, 채권, 기타 자산이 가치에 상당한 손실 없이 쉽게 그리고 쉽게 팔 수 없거나 현금으로 교환될 수 없는 상태를 말한다. 유동성이 없는 자산은 판매하기 어려울 수 있습니다. All illiquid asset classes, like private equity and venture capital, can benefit from tokenization. In September 2022, KKR tokenized its Healthcare Strategy Growth Fund 2 on the Avalanche public blockchain, which made institutional private market strategies more accessible to individual investors. In late 2022, Boston Consulting Group released a report noting that a large chunk of the world's wealth today is locked in a liquid asset. BCG predicts that the total size of tokenized liquid assets, including real estate and natural resources, could reach $16.1 trillion by 2030. (2022년) 말 보스턴 컨설팅 그룹은 오늘날 세계 부의 상당 부분이 유동성이 없는 자산에 갇혀 있다는 내용의 보고서를 발표했다. BCG는 2030년까지 부동산과 천연자원을 포함한 토큰화된 유동성 자산의 총 규모가 16조 1천억 달러에 이를 수 있다고 전망했다. Liquidity Risk Management. 뭐 이렇게 내용이 기노. Since tokenized transactions run on a blockchain, they do not require that the user has a bank account or a broker account, making it accessible for anyone from anywhere. Accessibility and fractionalization enable financial inclusion to those who need financial services the most, meaning that unserved communities will be served. Challenges. 도전들. There are some challenges that should be resolved if tokenization ever scaled to become mainstream. The following are some of the main challenges that yet to be solved. 아직 풀어야 할 도전 과제들이 있다. 문제들이 있다. Loss of private keys if the asset still exists. The underlying asset is lost, but its tokenized representing still exists. Scalability, regulation. In a global framework, how can we achieve unified regulation to facilitate global compliant transactions? Tokenization has a great potential to open markets, democratize access, and enhance efficiency and transparency meaningfully. As technology and regulation evolve, tokenized assets will play an ever-increasing role in the financial market and beyond. Yeah. Contributor Mirav Ozal, PhD. What tokenization is and how it can unlock illiquid and opaque markets. 토큰화란 무엇이며 토큰화는 어떻게 비유동성 그리고 불투명한 자산 시장을 풀어제낄 것인가, 열어제낄 것인가, unlock. The next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities, said Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with $10 trillion assets under management, at the December 2022 New York Times Dealbook event. 차세대 시장. 차세대 증권. 그것은 tokenization of securities. 증권을 토큰화하는 것이 될 것이다 라고 레리 핑크 CEO, 블랙락 CEO가 말했다.